Greetings, welcome back to the channel. This is the update 1 for the USACC group build for the 1955 F100 monogram pick-em-up truck that everybody's doing. You can see we're doing some mocking up. Got everything taped together, literally. Been doing measuring. Found some old wheels that are many years old. Let's change the cameras. Many years old. These are about 40-year-old wheels and tires that I had in my junkyard. They were been soaking in awesome, totally awesome degreaser, that is. So the strange thing is they're the right size wheels that would actually fit on this if I was to be using said rear end. The front axle is okay, and we're going to use that. As you can see, I got Mr. Caliper out, cutting tools, measuring tools, a rear end, because I'm not using that Corvette rear end. No, because it's just not fitting into my plans. See if I can pick this up and turn it over. There goes, falls apart. Yay! Yeah, this is just not working out for the for what I want to do with it. And as you've seen my entry video, I'm turning this into a farm truck. I have this here channel that I'm going to be using to make wood stick sides to go on the back of the bed here. We'll be using all the exhaust parts and all that stuff, but the rear end is not working out, so I'm going to make some leaf springs. And this is off of my 66 Fairlane. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting out small strips of styrene, and then we're going to be layering them like this. Come on, fingers, work. And then we'll be making our own leaf springs, put an arch in it. And we have our own leaf springs. So it makes a hog head. We're just going to take a bunch of styrene and layer it. This is 0.4. Then I have some 0.6. Ooh, yeah, 0.6, 0.4, and there's the foam. Time for eye drops, yay! And then we have this solid rod. I don't remember what size it is. And then here's the tubing. Don't remember what size that is. That we're going to be using to make the axles with. The width of the leaf springs are 3.12 millimeters. This way. And there's 5 leaves. Then we'll have to make the I can show you this. Let's switch back to the other camera. And we'll have to make this saddle right here. You can see the arch. And then we'll have to make some shackles on the bottom ends here. And then some shock brackets. This is off of 66 Fairlane. And yeah, I could use these, but I'm going to make some. That's the fun part. So I'm using this as a pattern. I've made semi-springs and stuff before, so this is a little hard to do. You just make a, just make this layer and then this layer. You got the two thick pieces here and then this side. You just file. This is, you just use a piece of tubing here, you know, and just do a little filing and just make it look kind of good. Doesn't have to be exact. I was recently reminded that it's all illusion to start with. So that's what we're going to do. So let me bring you back when we get further on the leaf springs. And by the way, this is the length of the leaf spring. So we're going to make the next section. Then we add a little bow in it. Just like the factory ones. Except custom. Alright. We'll bring you back when we get some more progress. Because this is, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch this. This is a little bit on the lengthy side. Oh, and we're going to make our stake side out of those. Well, you know, none of my here we go. None of my videos are scripted. Sticks, popsicle sticks. Well, they're not popsicle sticks. Jimmy Dean sausage pancake breakfast sticks. And then we're going to make our steak sides out of these. I normally use these to stick parts to paint. You know, like that. But I've washed these extra good. So, paint should stick on just fine. Actually, I got more of them over here. I did some sampling the other day, so yes, that's, you can see I'm scratching on that pretty hard. The paint stuck to it. So anyhow, there you go. Update number 1 in progress. Okay, we have let me get these all over here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these 6. 3 leaves for each spring. So I have my caliper set to what I need it to be. And what I do is I just take my caliper I set it along the edge and I just run it along there like that. That scores the line that I need. I do that about 4 or 5 times. As you can see, the caliper is doing the scribing. And then I take my X-Acto knife, or the clone knife, and then I drag it across there and make some more, a few more passes. Like I said, this is 0.4 millimeter styrene sheet. See? Then I take Mr. Needle Nose. I start breaking it. I just snap it off, just like that. What I do after I get done doing that is I take and I sand that edge flat again. Okay, now it's all nice and flat, ready to go again. And these are Dollar Tree fingernail files. Okay, so we take the side that we scribed on, and then we just run this back and forth like this. And we flatten that. I guess I should call this Scratch Building Springs 101. I don't know too many people that does this, to be honest with you. I watched a guy on YouTube here a while back to build a whole truck like this. The only thing is, he quit making the videos when he got 99% of it done. Need a little more sand in there. He left us all hanging. Maybe he'll come back and finish it. But he's made an international TranStar, literally from scratch. He started with this. He made engine, transmission, bumpers, frame, cab. Yeah, he did the whole thing. Okay, so we have our 6 pieces. I cut that one on the wrong side. Oh well, it doesn't matter. This side, it's all the same side. So we have our 6 pieces. So now we'll start in making the arch, and we'll get started and we'll bring you back. Okay, so I'm bringing you back for a second. There's a spring in this arch. I just used my plastic duct and glued it together. There's 3 layers. And the arch depends on how high you want the spring to look. But you put it together like that. And then you just give it a bend, and then you glue it and just let it set, and then you trim the ends back so the length you want them to be. But the main thing is decide what arch, how high you want the arch. You can have it that high or just barely, or right, geez, you're getting the screen, Bruce, up that high or like that. You know, it bends it. You can bend it any direction you want. And once you clamp it and glue it, it'll stay. You know, homemade spring. That's how Scratch builds springs for semis. We'll let these dry. Then we'll have to make this saddle here. Right here for the rear end to sit in, which is going to be this hollow tube is going to be the axle, and then we'll put the solid pieces in for the wheels to hook to. Part of the problem is I've got a little bit deeper wheels than the Corvette axle will allow for. So when I put the tires and the axles on, the tires come clear back to here, and they hit right about here. They're not that deep a tire. It's just a mud and grip tire. But these weren't made for those little wide profile tires. So that's part of the issue. That and I just don't care for that. So I make my own. When we get these set, then we'll make the hog head. Alright, we're going to have to call this the Bruce Scott leaf and spring tutorial. Alright, we'll bring you back. Okay, so to get the same curvature, you take a piece of waxed paper. I don't know if you can see the waxed paper or not, but you put it between the two different sets of springs, and you clamp them together, and that way they have the same arch. Right or wrong, they're the same arch. So you just take your plastic duck glue, and you put some glue on there. It does not glue the two pieces together. And I have a puppy dog on my chair wanting in to go outside, apparently, because that's what she does. She drinks water and then goes pees. So we'll bring you back while this is drying. We'll take the puppy dogs out. Bye. Okay, Rocky, for my next trick, I'm gonna pull a bullwinkle out of my hat. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong cartoon. Now you're gonna wonder, how are we gonna get that flat? Well, on both sides, you're never gonna have a total flat spring until you felt flat. As you can see, it's a little bit wonky, but that's okay. I made it just a little wide so I can do this. You just file down both sides till it's flat. Occasionally, you'll have to take your knife and rescribe the lines if you want to see the lines. But there again, that's a preference, a personal preference. Depending on my mood, I do sometimes I don't. Most of my stuff's shelf clean, so they're not show cars. What we're doing is we're sanding down the high spots. Because sideways, you're going to see the leaves. Now, if you want to see the leaf grooves, that's another thing. Anyways, you can see it's looking more like a leaf spring. Is it perfect? No. Is it going to be perfect? No. It's just there again, the illusion that it's the spring. So we'll continue on and we'll bring you back. So right now we're making the hog head. Move my light and I can't see nothing. There we go. And we're starting out with a round disc. We got several glued together, and all we're doing is taking Mr. Drill Guide, making circles and cutting them out. Although I want this size. Just like that. Then we take Mr. Shears, files, and all this stuff, and make circles. So we'll be back. One piece at a time. Okay, well, I got a mess. It's been a long while. And so far, let me get stuff straightened up here a bit. If you ever buy one of these at Hobby Lobby, do yourself a favor, don't. It's a piece of crap. I'm holding it. I'm spinning it, as you can see. Yeah. Don't waste your $9. That means it's bedtime. Well, we've got a bit of an axle started. Got a lot of shaping to do yet. But I'm going to use, instead of trying to make the hog head, here, come on, focus. I'm going to use the one off the Corvette rear end because it'll fit right on there. And I'm not going to use the other parts anyway. So, there. We'll bring you back when we get some. I'm going to let this dry overnight, and we've got a bunch of shaping to do. I got some shaping bits here. I got that one. And I got a little ball one. I'll just do like I did these sleeves here to get them on. Because this one here did not fit this. So, and this one didn't fit that. So, I just used my plastic duck and kept melting it until I got it on there. I used the heat gun to heat this up to slide it on here. Drilled a hole all the way through here. As you can see, those are all the discs stacked together. Like I said, the final sanding is not done yet. We'll do the old super glue and baking soda trick. Although I've seen somewhere on somebody's video they used cornstarch and made it more of a paste. I think that's what we're going to try. They haven't got back onto the springs yet because they're extra piece. They're still like they were. I'm just letting them dry. Then we'll finish contouring them, cutting them back, and sanding. Then we'll make some shackles for them. So that's kind of where we're at with the mess. We'll bring you back tomorrow, okay? Because like I said, it's bedtime. Catch you later. Morning. Did a little more work. Got the wheels out of the awesome. Got more of the paint off. These are the front wheels. There's two of them. They were coated with oh man, you couldn't even tell there was lug nuts on there. At least you can see the lug nuts now. There was so much silver paint. I'm assuming it was tester's enamel. Yeah, lots of that. And we got that cleaned up. We're working on the engine still. I discovered there's no distributor. Gotta make one. And I'm assuming this one piece right here is the generator. Been working on the rear end. As you can see, got a lot of detail in it. It kind of looks like this one in a way. Focus. But that's my version. And we're going to use the hog head out of the Corvette. Rear end for the truck because it fits right on there. It looks like it belongs. or it will. And I got Mr. Harbor Freight. It's a 12-volt one. I got it hooked up to my power supply so I can regulate the voltage. And that's what I've been using to smooth this out, and Mr. Files, and you know. James over at Model Car Experiments was using these, and I thought those are the neatest things, and they are the neatest things for a sanding stick. I mean, it lets you get right in there. Now, I don't know if you can see the lines from where I squished the discs together. I'm going to use the old super glue trick. What do you got to lose? Try it on something else first, not the real thing. Okay, well, we'll be back. Okay, so we've been working on this some more. We got the springs all shaped. I don't know just why it doesn't show up, does it? But anyway, you can see that they're both all the same way. You see them better down there. You think you can see them in my hand too. Anyway, yeah, they're both. Now I gotta make the saddles for the axle, duh. As you can see it again, set the right direction. The long side goes there. Of course, when you want them to stay, there we go. That's how it's going to look. So there we are. For right now, I'm going to try to get the saddles made. I've already checked this, and it fits this fine. So, onward. I'll be back. Okay, well, we've been working on this for a couple hours on and off. It kind of looks like a rear end. I don't have the hog head on it yet, but we're using the old super glue and baking soda, baking powder. I tried some cornstarch. It works okay. It's basically the same stuff. You kind of mix it in there just a little bit and kind of make it a little bit of a paste. It just doesn't dry quite so fast, but So we got the like I showed earlier, we got the springs all cut up, ready to go. So now we gotta make the bracket that goes along here, stirrup, or whatever you call it, for that to sit in, like that. So we're gonna work on that next, and then we'll bring you back. Yeah, the overhead died. I left it on, didn't realize it. So we're back. This is actually the next day-ish. We have been using our little tray with our little magnets to make pieces. Very handy. This is just there went my toothpick. It's just a piece off of an old computer. I keep magnets on it to because it's got square corners, to line things up. Kinda. So I've cleaned. Well, you should have seen the bench earlier. I cleaned the bench up. Here is my homemade leaf springs. Could chip her closer so you can see. Yep, I made that. Homemade, scratch built. This one's setting up, mocked up. Let me see if I can get you closer. Shaky cam. May not work. May not work. May not work. Close as I can get it. It's just sitting there right now being locked up. Let me see if I can scoosh it this way just a little bit. There we go. Made new shackles. Made new shackles. So hold the springs in the back here and here. And then this is not glued in yet because I want to there we go. Scoosh it back out here. Sorry about the fast movement. I'm doing this overhead. Literally, you're up there and I'm down here. So let's take this off and talk about our other project that we spent a whole day on. No, it's not the wheels. It's this. I made my rear end. And this is the hog head out of the Corvette part. I think I mentioned that earlier. But this is done. Is that neat? I just want to remember that I want to put it in the right direction. And yes, it fits the wheels. That was part of the purpose. I'm not sure if I'm going to put any backing plate back here or not for like brakes, but the front doesn't have it, so probably not. But I was doing a mock-up and I thought, well, let's update the video. That looks pretty good. And I did take, there was a support right here that arched over to this side, and it had a pretty good arch in it. So I cut that out because I don't need that. That was to support the Corvette rear end. We're not using the Corvette rear end. We're using Bruce's farm truck rear end. I could have used the one that I was using as a template out of the 66 Fairlane, but I don't think so. Did run across another interesting thing today, though. This engine's awful tiny. Compared to the one I put, the one that comes with this truck is like half again size is bigger than that. Of course, the transmission's longer, and the block's a little wider, like a lot. 1/24 scale versus 1/25 scale. Because I'm not going to go buy another engine. Because they don't make a flathead V8 and those 3D things. Well, they make all those big fancy engines, race engines, and bye. Greetings, welcome back. Day 3. Got some progress done. We're laying in the springs. We're gonna get this hooked up tonight. We got the shocks somewhere. Here's the shocks that came with the truck. We're going to use those back here. On the cab, I made a filler piece. You can see it right there. Pointer, Bruce. Yes, Red, I know. I'm working on it, buddy. The paint just came in today. There's a filler piece right here. And I run it all the way down the side where it won't be quite so noticeable. And I got a piece of half rounder I'm going to stick on along there to kind of roll the edge over. So that's where we're at on that. Now we're making, whoops, a mess. We just broke the truck. I don't know how many times I've dropped that hood. It ought to be used to it by now. This is making these for the stake side. Little square tubes. They're going to fit in the bed like that. Well, let's pick it back up again, Bruce. We're professional around here. We're ready for everything. But anyway, we're going to stick them in the corners like that. There's going to be one here, and one here on each side. Then we'll make the stake sides to fit down into those square tubes. I know it's not quite right. You're supposed to go through the side. There's supposed to be a channel on the outside. Nah, I'm not doing that. I thought about doing that, but no, we're not doing that. So that's where we got all 6 of these made. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue these to the sides. None of this is glued together yet. We'll get this done. And I think we're going to be ready to primer it. We're working on the steering wheel. That's drying. And that's pretty much it for now. Greetings. Welcome back. Ooh, bumped you. Got the 55 Ford F100 mocked up. Been doing a lot of work. These are 40-year-old wheels and tires out of my junk collection from years ago. Well, maybe 30 years. I know they were probably a 1/24 scale, 15-inch, but they look okay on it. I'm going for the farm truck look, so, you know, they had the small tires and whatnot on them, so it doesn't matter. Got the, of course, I got it all taped together, as you can tell, except for the bed. The tailgate's taped shut, but the bed and the fenders are all glued together. Not glued on yet, because I want to put some primer on it, and I want to do the bed liner first. And then tape it off so I can paint everything else. We did some engineering. We made new rear end under it, springs and all, hangers, the whole works. And I just got that complete after redoing it a couple, 3 different times, adjusting it and lowering it and whatever. And then we made some bedside stakes. Red, I gotta fix your pointer, buddy. That's on my list. I put these around here to set the bed on. This is going to be the stake sides what I'm going to use to make the steak sides. It might be a little thick. I don't know. Looks pretty close. I may sand them down a bit. I got a whole bunch of these. Because like I said, we're going for the farm truck look. And I got some of this. I'm gonna try to make hay. A hay bale. I gotta find a cow. Let's see if I can turn this over without dropping it all up over the place. And it's just hung together with Tack-Tite. I don't have the shocks in it yet. That's my next move. But that's a whole new suspension. I've hand built every bit of that, except for the hog head, and that's off the Corvette rear end. It's on this kit. I just didn't like it. Wasn't working for me. Hey, looky, I did it. Okay, let me switch cameras. Hang on to your chair. Let's see if I can zoom you in here. Whoa, dizzy, dizzy, dizzy. Whoop, 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 whoop. Too much camera. Right in here, I closed the gap up. I took and added a piece of plastic. Someone else did that, and I thought, well, that's a neat idea. Of course, it's not setting right. That's why there's still a little bit of a gap there, but there's not hardly any gap. There's some. Like I said, this is all glued together now. We're still going to use the stock tail lights, bumpers, everything else that comes with the kit. But the modernized interior is not going to look like. Whoa! The modernized interior is not going to look right. Ugg agrees. But we're not too sure what we're going to do there. Because that interior panels holds up the dashboard. Because this is a different dashboard compared to the original kit. Because it still has the door handles kinda on the inside of the doors from the original mold. There's not much detail to them. But this is where we're at. So what I want to do is finish working on the front end tonight. Rob over to Time Machine Models said he super glued this corner here. Super glued this corner here, and then did the baking soda super glue trick, filled in the crack, and then he smoothed that all out. So I was looking at that earlier today, thinking what to do with that. With that said, we're going to do the same thing, and I'm thinking about scratch building a wooden bumper with one of these. I haven't looked at the rear bumper. If it's chromed, it's getting de-chromed because it's going to be body color, or it's going to be de-chromed and painted gunmetal or something like that. Still working out the colors. The color we're going to be using the gloss black. And then we got, I don't have my glasses on. I got new eyes and still can't see. Can't see anything up close. This is dark iron. This is going to be one of the things I'm going to use. This is hunter green. That's going to be the top part of the fenders. And then I got leaf green. And that's going to be all the rest of the body. The backside of the bed. The wheel wells are going to be the other green. And then we got some gloss white that we're going to use here and there. Okay, we're going to primer it with this. Then we're going to put some white on it. And then what did I do with it? I did that a while ago. Okay, found the paint. So we're going to be using marigold. You're going to use burnt sienna. I don't know why this camera's not picking it up right. Oh. Must not have all the focus on. And then we got burnt umber. Hobby Lobby stuff. We're going to do the rusty technique. Mars explained to me how to do it. He's got some good videos. We're going to give it a shot. We're going to start on the hood first. But we're going to get it all primered up first to start with. And then we're going to let it set for a few days and work on a couple of other things. We got the Rambler 69 group build to work on. I got the 54 that I need to get back onto because it's ready for more primer and paint. And I got the 66 Fairlanes. I got a 97 F-150 that I want to get redone. It's 99% done. All I gotta do is paint it, actually. So this is kind of where we're at. Thank you for watching. Catch you later. Remember, be kind to your neighbors. You don't know when you're going to see them again. God bless. Take care. Bye now.